We are live. There we go. Now we're live.
Hey, Peterson, how would you feel if we shifted the podcast from talking about the gaming industry at large to just covering Xbox?
I don't know. That sounds kind of terrible if I'm being honest.
Say we didn't have a choice. You just Xboxed into the 3-Box Xbox show. Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
And this is Peter Box.
And I hope you got your boxes out. Everyone pull out your boxes.
Let's X some boxes, yo.
Yeah, we're going to X your boxes.
You just said that. I'm like, what did you do? Did you sell us out, JD? Again?
Dude, selling to Microsoft would not be bad. It'd be
No, I would sell to Microsoft. They would AI us so fast and we could just...
Sweet. We could finally retire.
Retire.
Imagine if we had a fucking excuse, dude.
You're like, we got kicked out. We're like,
everyone's like, oh, why aren't you guys doing the podcast anymore? We're like, we got bought out. Bill Gates bought us out.
Does it now?
Yeah. Oh. Live from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. The news. Our news this week is brought to us by Crave Cookies. Ba-da-ba-ba, Crave.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. Crave! I just came up with that right now.
We never heard anything like that before.
It's a pretty good jingle. Dude, I watched this episode of Malcolm in the Middle recently where Malcolm's determined to become a musician and he spends like weeks composing this song and it's like all thoughtful and it's like he's like, this really came from my heart, and he plays it and everyone sits there, starts laughing because it's the Meow Mix song.
Oh my gosh.
Meow Mix, Meow Mix. I like chicken, I like liver. Meow Mix, please deliver. And he's just so mortified. Just killed me. Crave Cookies is this cookie shop with cookies and sodas. You know you want it. And our cookies change every Friday. And even though this is Thursday, we're recording. So if you guys, again, you guys could have gotten this
super early.
If you're listening to this podcast, you could have gotten this days earlier if you subscribed to us on YouTube.
Like, and here's the thing, you will know about the next week's menu.
Yeah, this
is coming a new menu tomorrow. We're talking about the one after that.
Forever away from now.
We're giving you tons of prep time.
So here's what's coming up next Friday. Oh my gosh, forever away.
Yeah.
The peanut butter cup, the cannoli,
Try it. Let's do that. Let's go.
Reese's.
You did it.
I have to say pieces first.
Yeah.
And then I say Reese's.
That's so fun. Oh, you almost missed it again.
Here's my problem.
Yeah,
okay.
I'd like to hear this.
This cookie is actually called the Recess Remix, as in
recess.
School recess.
Yeah.
So I am saying recess, and you're bitching at me when I'm reading it phonetically, and it's fucking with my head.
Okay,
and
but
I just realized that.
You said Reese's so many times.
If it was spelled correctly, I would read it correctly. I'm reading it off of a screen right now.
Well, I don't know about that.
And it says recess.
Yeah, no, it's
called
Recess.
The Recess Remix.
That's not what you ever said. You said Reese's.
I'm hearing the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just hearing the same thing. But this one, it has
Mikulaj.
Mikulaj.
I feel like I'm saying it right.
I'm getting it. It has Oreos, peanut Butterfinger, and Reese's.
Yeah, Reese's. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh,
no, this one sounds
also,
good.
Buried the lead here. The French silk pie's back. I know you freaks love that shit.
Oh, that's a good. That is a good.
Chocolate base. It's a cold cookie. Got our homemade whipped cream on top of it. A little bit of dark chocolate shavings. Really
the
good.
Chocolate base is really good cold.
Yeah,
I love
chocolate
that one. Base cold.
White caramel macadamia. I love this one because it's not too much. And then obviously the whatever local favorite your Crave store has. We also have this crazy new crookie, the strawberry cream cheese crookie. I got one of those from my store for breakfast because it has cream cheese. So I figured it was bagel adjacent.
Strawberry and cream cheese. That's like a Danish.
Healthiest. Yeah, it's like a very healthy breakfast.
Was it good though?
Really good at. Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah, you felt real good after. I bet you did. I bet you're still feeling good.
Yeah, dude, I'm still like flying high on that sugar rush. It's been real nice. So get on down to Crave Cookies and get your cookie on. Yeah. Seemingly aware that she's a sacrificial lamb for incompetent male executives within Microsoft, Asha Sharma is going down swinging.
Yeah.
She's taking all y'all.
I did like that. I liked your additions to the headline there. That is not what's written on the document.
Yeah.
No. And sometimes you stick to the doc, and sometimes you have your own line. And I always think your own line is funny.
I like to editorialize. I like that I got a good audience here. I write these exclusively for Peterson. Our listeners might not even find them.
Every single time, because I'm reading Xbox CEO reveals crucial Project Helix update amid component crisis. That's what I'm reading, and you were like way off. They're way different than that.
No, I got a different read on this here story. This is an internal memo that came from the new Xbox CEO, Asha Sharma, and Matt Booty, our other favorite.
Booty.
Said, quote, "We are currently unable to make as many Series X and S consoles as players want to buy, and we need a new business model and partnerships for hardware as we remain committed to Helix." Helix is the code name for the latest Xbox that they're working on. She went on to say, "We are in a hardware component crisis. When I joined as CEO in February, the price we paid for console," this is crazy, "the price we paid for console storage components was over 2 times as high as we paid last fall."
That's nuts. Wait, read the next sentence.
"These costs have since doubled again. And as we plan for the 2027 holiday season, we expect another significant increase, taking us over the 5x the prices we paid only 2 years earlier. Memory costs have followed a broadly similar trajectory." So she's basically saying, hey, this one ain't on me, and I'm not taking accountability for it. This is just happening. But this quote, dude, this is where I'm like, okay, this week I like Asha Sharma. Wait, I should say this story. I like Asha Sharma.
This story, yeah. Right now,
he's great, dude. I love. She keeps things fucking spicy. It's not like so many of these execs we report on were like, this guy. Oh, here he goes again. He never does anything right. Asha Sharma will do something right, and then she'll do something crazy. Yeah, and then she'll do something shitty. She's just can't nail her down. I love it.
She's all executives in one, I think.
Yeah. She says, "While the entire industry is facing a components crisis, we believe we've been impacted more greatly than many of our peers due to the choices we made over the last half decade."
I like it. She's saying we. At least she's saying we.
Oh my
And she didn't
God.
say, "Do the choices these idiots made."
Oh my God. She has a pinata of Phil Spencer hanging in her office, and she just takes a whack at it.
They're bringing him in all the time. Bring in another one. She already destroyed
she's
that
got
one.
a hatchet. She's not using a fucking bat.
She's chainsaw.
Yeah.
She took the Peterson method.
She's hitting him like a chainsaw, chicken.
Yeah.
Dude, the fact that she's saying the last half decade, she's saying the we, which is funny when she's like, she definitely wasn't part of it.
No.
So she's kind of cushioning the blow for her to make it to show anyone that's like, whoa, man, you really came at Phil Spencer hard. She can be like, what are you talking about? I said we.
It was a company,
but really,
like
she's like, Phil Spencer fucked us so hard
over and over
for half a decade that everything that's happening to everyone else is way worse for us. And objectively true. They don't have the cushion. They're just somehow, some mysterious reason out $80 billion. I can't remember exactly why. Again, just for context, 4x the budget for NASA. 4x their annual budget that put a man around the moon, or 3 and 1 woman around the moon. And it's just missing from our coffers. I don't know where it went.
Honestly, it's a mystery. It's a mystery.
She said, excluding Activision Blizzard King, over the past 5 years, We spent over $20 billion on ongoing investments in our content platform and hardware subsidy, but our annual revenue has declined nearly $500 million during that time. Got to spend money to make money is the only strategy I think Phil Spencer followed. They're like, "What, are you going to make money at some point?" He's like, "No, I'm still on the spending money part."
That's like what I say when I'm making stupid bets at the casino.
Yeah.
That's
That's all executives do anymore, though, dude. That's like what American capitalism has become, is just bets at the casino with
bets.
house money. Stupid bets with house money because it doesn't affect you because it's not your money. Think of how much fun you'd have gambling, Peterson, if you walked into a casino and somebody just handed you $1 billion, and then they gave you $1 million, and they're like, "You get this $1 million no matter what. Go
what happens.
Play with the billion as much as you want. If you make more, Bully will actually give you more millions. If you don't make any, it's okay. You still make $1 million.
Then you have
how risky would you fucking play?
Yeah, no, I'd be like, I don't know.
My God.
Here's a $50 million blackjack hand. Why not? I don't care. Like, and then I would say, got to spend money to make money, and then everyone would chuckle nervously because they're like, this is a bad bet. And then I'd go to the craps table and I'd do a two-way hopping 9, and I'd throw down $1 million on each of them, and people would be like, that's not.
It's got a whole plan, and this is what they call business plans now.
And exactly when you don't exist. They'd be like, you know what though? If it hits though,
if any one of those bets that I described hit, I'm gonna make it all back, you guys.
The odds are terrible. Like, no, this is the business plan. You will just put 100 million on that bet 10 times in a row, and if it hits any of those times, you're good.
So the conclusion to Asha Shwarma's email was, going forward, this cannot continue. Which again is hilarious. Her emailing her staff as if it was their choice to spend $100 billion over the last 5 years on nothing.
Probably not. Probably can't continue. We've been
for a long time. Are you going to change something? Because I just work here.
Like, well, have fun getting fired, because every single person who said that to Phil Spencer got fired. So,
yeah, and just like with Phil Spencer, we're just going to give you a thumbs up and do whatever you say.
Okay,
that's our fucking job. Okay, it won't continue. You're right. Thanks.
It's a good plan.
No longer content to gulp down all the fresh water on Earth, AI is now going to make the next Xbox cost more than a small car. $20,000 Xbox. That's what it's going to be, y'all.
Xbox 20K. That's what it's going to be called.
Xbox 20K. You got to take out a loan. More often, you're just going to be renting it from Rent-A-Center.
And honestly, all of the games that are releasing on it it's going to make your Xbox sound louder than the car that you should have bought with that money.
You remember when you used to save $500 over the course of a summer mowing lawns so you could go buy a game console? You will still do that, but you'll just be able to rent it for 1 week for $500.
That's your down payment. That's your down payment, is like you'd save for a down payment.
Oh yeah, and then you make monthly.
And you take a loan, and then 20-year payments. I think
that's great. Xbox's chief strategy officer Matthew Ball was talking at Summer Game Fest. We got Ball and Booty. Good God,
I feel like they're only.
Maybe Shorma should do this. Maybe she should just come and be like, "Hey, you got a goofy fucking name. You're fired." Matt Ball, Matt Booty.
Anyone with the last name of Fox, out. You're out. I can't do it.
You're out.
Dixon, gone. Okay,
name's Richard.
You're not here.
Too close.
Richard, I'm sorry.
Cut.
I mean, if you go by Dick,
like I don't care.
Honestly,
you're gone. What if someone mistakes you and says it anyway?
And why did you even go by that? There were other options.
We're gonna go normal names only. Sorry.
No balls, no booty.
Balls, no booties.
Jesus. There's a guy named George Taint. He's like, how do you guys feel? Like, get out of here. Get out of here, George.
George is still here?
You know what a taint is, right?
He just waddles out. He's
like, no, I'm good.
Bad. So
all the foot can stay.
Ball said at Summer Game Fest, we're producing Xboxes as quickly as possible. There's a severe limitation to how quickly we can do that, but it's not a question of appetite. Doubt. appetite, guys, you haven't even sold a third of what PlayStation sold.
Like, it's been bad, and
And
that's
you're
not
telling me they're like, oh, we can't make them fast enough. People want to buy them like crazy. I don't know, ball. Said we're working very hard to rethink everything we can about Helix, which is a console we are committed to shipping. All right, so at a certain point, I
that
know.
makes me feel like you're not gonna ship it. You saying that makes me feel like you're not going to now.
I know you're the chief strategy officer, so you're the only words that come spilling out of your mouth are just execubabble. But that one's kind of a bit too far. We're committed to ship. What does that fucking mean?
We because people are like probably saying like, yeah, just don't make another console. Like right now, it's not worth it. You got to figure this out. We got to figure it out as a society how to make this not so expensive. And they're like, no, we're committed to shipping.
That's like Apple coming out being like, we're committed to shipping the next iPhone. It's like, okay, and
Well, because he said that makes me feel like they're not going to. This is like Trump phone all over again.
Oh my God.
Where they're like,
the
we're
Trump phone's real.
definitely gonna make these. And
Oh,
people are
we're gonna. You guys are gonna you're gonna have to get a down payment on them, but you're gonna.
That's what's gonna be on Xbox. Just wait. Pre-orders for the unseen console are going to go out, and then they're gonna be like, "Yeah, we can't ship this. Sorry, no refunds."
It goes on to say, we're very cognizant of the ways in which we need to change as a company to make sure it is affordable, to make sure that it's flexible. So flexible does seem like affirm payments are being used. They're definitely going to put people on a payment plan for this thing, and that's how they'll advertise it. It'll be like the Xbox, whatever stupid name we come up with, and then right under it, it'll say $4.99, and then right under that, it will say first payment.
Yeah,
Really tiny,
asterisks,
teeny tiny, and
Yeah,
that's how
it'll say-
everyone's like, "Oh my god, $4.99 for the new Xbox. That's
nice.
sweet."
No. You
So
have to look at the
that's
little word say
flexible.
down payment.
And he's saying we're gonna have to change as a company to make sure it's affordable. Not we're gonna have to adjust the console itself. We're gonna have to change the whole company, which tells me this is a little bit more of a shawarmaism, which is that we have fucked up everything. Everything's so fucked up. We have to change the whole company to even make this thing affordable. Which, it's tough because you guys are 100 billion in the hole just on acquisitions alone and legal fees, which I'm sure are super
which
fun.
have not been paying for themselves.
Yeah,
so
those things you can't wave
not
off.
even
You have to
coming
pay those
close.
right away. Ask me
Yeah.
how I know. And then he went on to reveal that when Xbox's new CEO, Asha Sharma, came on, she asked him bluntly, "Is Xbox fixable?" So she hires this guy. She's like, "Do you think we can fix Xbox?" First of all, who's gonna say no? I mean, some BDE if you say no. You're like, no, we gotta gut this thing for parts, and you and me, we'll just run away with bags of cash because this thing is dead. I would have loved that have been his answer, but he thinks it's fixable. I'd love
we could turn this ship.
one more time that the new regime at Xbox has come in and all they're doing is just shitting all over everything Phil Spencer did and built, which rightfully so.
Yeah,
The guy fucking
that's
sucks.
what we've been doing for years now.
Yeah, I love that they're just saying this ain't on us. This is when they were saying openly, we were having a discussion with Xbox is fixable. This is like the Domino's pizza thing back in the early 2000s where they came out and a marketing strategy was how bad their pizza was. And they're like, man, we've been making some shitty pizza, but we started to make it better. You want to come try? Like that seems to be the Xbox strategy. I don't know if it's going to work. Maybe lean into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because this is insider baseball stuff. Ain't no Xbox fans are seeing this conversation, but maybe made it all caps.
I just need to play something real quick, okay?
Nostradam Jadius, Nostradam Jadius.
And let me tell you why. Because you have been saying for 2 years now, probably, talking about the hardware and how we are literally going to be just like cobbling stuff together if we want to play games. Like when you're saying this, like she's talking about the costs for the company. This is the cost of them to make it, not the markups that they're giving to people, which will be significant. 5 times more than it was last year, and last year's Xboxes were not cheap.
Yep, and
Like,
they increased the prices.
right. So, like, absolutely, who is going to buy an Xbox for, let's say they bump it up a marginal rate and bump it up to $1,100.
Yeah.
Who would buy that? Like 2 people you can think of? Like, nobody's buying that. Why
not
would you
at
buy that?
launch. No, it kills the console, like, right off the bat. I mean, you can look back and I mean, there were consoles in the 80s and 90s that were over $1,000 in $80-$90, not adjusted for inflation. And that was a ton of money, and they were just like, dude, it's worth it. And they sold and they were good, but they died. It's not a feasible thing. And so I think that
feel
they
like
know. It seems that they know that, because that's what he talked about when he said flexible.
Yeah. I feel like at this point, if you want to get into video games, you better start cobbling together some sort of PC or console,
Yeah.
or PC console hybrid, because
It's got to be PC. That's like the only entryway right now.
yeah, and it's not, yeah, absolutely, and it's not even that much more. It's expensive, but honestly, for the value, it's better than getting any of the consoles. And so, yeah, I gotta give you kudos for this, because you have been calling this for a long time. And of course, that's not where we are, but like, that's what it feels like.
Oh,
right?
we're on our
That is
way.
what it feels like.
We're on our way, and it's like, that's the thing. When recently, I've been consulting my brother and sister on video game stuff for their kids, and they, they're in a higher income bracket certainly than me, but some of the suggestions, even for them, I'm like, well, like, I was like, my brother, I advised him getting a Switch 2, and then he got that, and he wanted to play it on a plane he wanted to play Double Dragon on the plane with his kid, and I was like, oh, you actually need a different controller then for that, because you can't just use the Joy-Cons for that one. And he's like, Jesus Christ, how much am I going to be in this? Hey, I'd be sitting on a plane just playing a game from his childhood with his kid. You're looking at $800
Yeah.
That's like, seriously, like, just a couple years ago for the Switch and a couple controllers, $400. And it's just like, and I didn't feel comfortable like telling them to buy all this stuff. So yeah, you're right. Who's going to buy it? Continuing with her celebratory speaking tour, Asha Sharma says that Xbox must have exclusive content. Dude, I told you, it's the Xbox sode. I don't know what it is. It's just because we're recording on a Thursday because I'm going out of town. Yeah. And apparently Xbox news drops in the first half of the week, and everyone else just holds back because that's all we've got. But Asha Sharma was talking at a Bloomberg Live event. Dude, she's just everywhere. They're talking there. They're sending memos. They're at Game Fest. They're at Bloomberg Live. She said, look, we're the number 2 publisher in the world, and in order to be a great publisher, you must have your games reach large audiences to play. So she's kind of talking about how, which is, dude, this is so not earned, by the way. We're the number 2 publisher in the world. You're the number 2 publisher in the world because you spent $100 billion.
Yeah, you bought your way into that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you there's no accomplishment there. She says, at the same time, we've increasingly become a platform. And in order to become increasingly? You mean since you launched as a platform in 2002? What do you mean increasingly? Oh, man, people have really started getting in on this whole Xbox thing.
Yeah,
like, they go buy it, and then we
now.
make another one, and they buy that too. We've really gotten into that lately. What does that mean? Increasingly? In order to become a platform, you must have exclusive content and services. And so we're looking at that very closely. Also, that's fucking stupid. In order to become a platform, you must have exclusive content and services. It's just fundamentally false. I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
I think in this environment they probably do, but like,
I mean, in that, and then of course she finishes with my other favorite buzzword or buzz speak. We're looking at that very closely. Oh yeah. My God, I've heard that. So that's become it's like a verbal tick when executives or politicians don't know the next thing to say. instead of saying something like, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or they say we're looking at that very closely because it makes them sound smarter. Does looking help? Maybe doing
what
would
that
help.
means is they don't know what to do.
So we're looking.
And like instead of saying we don't really know right now, which is what they're saying, that's what they're saying. Oh, we're looking at this very
Why
closely.
can't you say we're digging into that, or we're doing a ton of like something that sounds like human?
Yeah.
We're looking at that very closely. Sounds like an AI is speaking.
We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out.
That one's
trying
great.
to figure out what to do.
Why can't you say that? We're looking at
Mhm.
that very closely. Is so non-committal. It's like when Trump always says that everything's 2 weeks out. You can just say we're looking at that very closely. Like, someone follows up with you, an investor or whoever. A couple weeks later is like, so what happened with that? They're like, oh, we're still just looking at it.
We're looking at it pretty closely.
Oh, we're still looking at it really closely.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Are you doing anything
about?
about it? Are you talking about it?
What are you doing? What's going on?
What's going on?
So basically, the point of this story, or what her statement is they're basically just going to do this case by case, which makes more sense than Phil Spencer's shotgun approach of putting everything on everything, where you're like, yeah, no, Halo's going to be on the Xbox. Gears of War is going to be on the Xbox. Xbox games will stay on the Xbox. But if we publish a game that's more universal, or one that we are legally required to publish everywhere, aka Call of Duty, we'll do that. We'll kind of review that, which is just smart. That just seems like a smart call. Like,
right.
if you project that the game is going to sell a lot more if you have it on PlayStation, Xbox, well, you're selling on both.
Well, in a Bethesda game or something like that.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
You will make significantly less money if it's an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, there's no way they put the new Elder Scrolls game on Xbox only. Although I wouldn't think, if I were Asha Sharma, and I don't think it would be crazy to do that, to do Elder Scrolls 6 the first 6 months on Xbox, and then we launch on PlayStation. I might do that.
PC?
That
what
shit.
about PC?
Oh, I don't know.
That's where everyone. I feel like.
Well,
that's
Xbox PC. Yeah, Xbox PC, yeah. and then you put it on PlayStation after.
Throw the PlayStation later.
Because I mean, Apple did that with AT&T for like years. Did it affect the iPhone? No, I don't think so. I think they were fine. So I think you could. I don't know. I don't think that's the worst idea, but yeah, that's basically they're going back to doing more exclusives. Again, just completely. What do you think Phil Spencer feels like watching his entire legacy? Because he was a lifer. He was at Microsoft since the 90s.
Yeah, he's been there forever.
And we just got Phil Spencer erasure, but from some hipster millennial that came in here, and she's just destroying everything and publicly shitting all over it. Again, rightfully so. She's not wrong at all. But man, this is I don't
think she said anything that's like out of line. That's probably her holding back, and probably in me, she's probably just pissed the whole time.
She's being very political about it. I've noticed. Yeah.
Well, poor Phil. No one feels bad for him.
Womp 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 womp.
I'm sorry to inform you. Welcome to another company reset. Hope you've updated your resume. You've just been laid off.
Already out of ideas after her first 100 days in charge of Xbox, Asha Sharma
here we go.
Decides to fire a whole bunch of people. No more ideas left. We're just gonna fire people. I've done it all. I've done all the things. I tried lowering the Xbox Game Pass price. I tried reducing console exclusivity. And it didn't work out, so now I'm going to fire a bunch of idiots.
Well, because look at what time of year it is, okay? We are about to leave second quarter.
Oh, right? No. This is actually the end of Microsoft's entire fiscal year. June 30th.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep,
so
right after that.
She's like, we tried stuff, and it has not gotten the results we need. We got to do layoffs because we got to pump up, we got to make something look better.
This is the scoop from Schreier that basically we're looking at layoffs in anytime after June 30. That's it. That's going to be it. Because remember, Xbox is only at a 3% accountability margin.
Well, what is accountability
Lest we
margin?
forget, it's what they call profit margins at Microsoft. They call them accountability margins.
That's what they call it?
Dude, it's like fucking
Shoot me in the
1984.
nuts. Like,
Just
what
newspeak.
is
It's insane. It is even for like corporate buzz speak. This one's beyond the pale. Accountability margin. That's like a joke.
Yeah, don't make up accounting terms.
It's like a British satire of like a post-consumer society, and we've got all these like made-up buzzwords, and that's one of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everyone's out there trying to pump up their accountability margin, and if you don't, the little chip in your fucking wrist explodes, and you only have one hand, and then everyone knows that you missed your accountability.
You're not being accountable
for that quarter. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So,
but also 3% profit margin is terrible.
Yeah.
Like terrible
for this.
I think for most things it's pretty bad.
Dude, it's pretty gnarly. So yeah, and this is some funny stuff from quotes from Asha Sharma. She's talking about how they have Xbox as industry defining franchises with tons of potential and player demand, but she says we have not adequately funded them to compete and win. So we're not spending enough money. And then in the same breath, she says Xbox has overextended as we executed on changing strategies in a landscape of more readily available content. Okay, I need you to interpret this because I had a very clear interpretation from ExecuSpeak to English. Xbox overextended as we executed on changing strategies in a landscape of more readily available content.
They're just talking about Game Pass. So they pushed way too hard to get all of their games. So they purchased all that stuff because the whole point, in my opinion, of buying every studio was to pump up the value of Game Pass. And that was Phil Spencer's big thing for years and years and years is Game Pass. And they overextended by spending way too much money trying to add value to Game Pass when it was doing well before they did that. Like it was making them money before they did that. That's my take. What's your take?
Mine was basically the same. Mine was more generalized and broad because I just said that they spent a ton of money trend chasing, which is exactly what they did. They tried to make the trend was they were chasing, insanely enough, was Netflix. They really thought they could make an Xbox Netflix.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, we spent way too much doing that. She said, my mandate is not a 30% accountability margin. Do you feel like when you were like an executive at another company and then you start working at Microsoft and you have to start saying accountability margin instead of profit margin, it feels like ash in your mouth?
Yeah. No, I feel like a part of you dies inside.
Yeah.
Too.
Every time it comes out of your mouth, you're like, oh, it's like fucking poison. It's not enterprise software margins. It's to be the number one gaming entertainment company. That's her mandate. Not a 30% profit margin, not enterprise software margins. It's to be the number one gaming and entertainment. It's cute that she believes that. So if she does believe that. If they told her that.
Here's my problem with stuff like this. Like it is outside of reality for them at the moment, right? That should be their absolute pie in the sky goal. Like one day we hope to be the top gaming whatever. Like we hope to be that. But like her saying that that's their stated goal, that's too much. That's like when my kids have like 25 missing assignments and I'm like, okay, you got to finish 25 assignments by tomorrow night. That sounds like too much rather than
4.0.
Hey, why don't you get 4 or 5 of those done today? Instead of saying that sounds more doable than let's get 25 done in the next 3 days. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she is saying the goal that everybody wants. Everyone wants to be the number one. That's our goal. I'm not talking profit margin. We're talking be the number one. And you're like, okay, well, give us a realistic goal we can actually work towards because that's not like anything you can try to do besides like being really good. So give me a goal that like helps me get to that point.
Well, maybe Peterson, it will force them. Just like, you're suggesting kind of an even-handed approach to parenting your children and guiding them to completing those assignments. What if you stood over them holding a cane?
Oh, probably get them done.
Because she says at the end of this, for some of you, these realities will be surprising and even frustrating to discover. We won't succeed by hiding hard truths, nor will we succeed by doing the same thing and expecting different results. Play the clip.
Okay, here we go.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
That's exactly what she's saying. I think it's so funny. She's like, man, there's a lot of hard truths out there you guys are going to have to deal with. You're going to lose your jobs. It's going to suck for you. Deal.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm doing here. That's what you have to do.
Let me ask you this, JD. Would you take a job at Microsoft right now?
Yeah.
In Xbox? Would you take a job at Xbox?
Oh, yeah.
So I would.
You know how much that pays?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Oh, dude. Walk in there for a $250,000 and have know that everything's gonna fail and go shitty. Dude, I coached losing football teams. I only coached losing football teams when I coached Little League. I'm very accustomed to this feeling.
But you know you're gonna lose your job,
failure
pretty quickly.
That's gonna end poorly. Yeah, but in the dude, I could buy with that much. How much I'd be making in a month? I could finally buy my heat pump. That'd be sweet.
There you go. That's true.
And I'm not going to change a damn thing. I'll tell you, Xbox would be the exact same, whether or not I worked there or not. Nothing would change. So it's all good. I have no feeling about it at all. Ubisoft just laid off nearly 400 people, and then they told the press to sit on the story. This is my favorite. Ubisoft, Silverthorne shared with us that Ubisoft shut down their studios in Winnipeg and Belgrade yesterday. 380 jobs lost out of those studios, which is kind of huge. They sent the information out they sent this out, so they were trying to, I guess, get ahead of it, but then they also said they embargoed it. And I've never heard of something quite as insane as this. Press embargo. No, they can't. I mean, the thing is press embargoes, which I was generally subject to when I was writing, were only for reviews or game announcements or game
for
news.
Something that's coming out. They want to wait for the review on that. Then that's part of the agreement of being able to review it or play it.
Right. And the implicit understanding of that agreement is, yeah, sure, you could publish this. We can't stop you. But you will never get embargoed information again. You'll always be chasing everyone else's stuff. You can go buy the copy of the game at the store. This one's weird as fuck.
Yes, it is.
To be like, no, you can't talk about this, but we just fire. Everyone knows. People are posting on LinkedIn, and they're like, well, just wait till 1 p.m. to post it. What? No. Huh? Why? You know why? Because Ubisoft has laid off so many people. They don't even, and I'm assuming it's affected the comms department. And the comms shop doesn't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. They're just doing stuff. They're like, hey, when we share things with the press, we embargo it, right? And he turns around to ask his former boss, who is just an empty chair now. And he's like, oh, click send. Just one intern's running all the communications for Ubisoft.
Don't we do embargoes or something like that? Is that what you call it when you want them to wait?
What is an embargo?
I don't know.
I'll ask ChatGPT. I'll just embargo it anyway. Just to be safe, I'll just embargo it. I'll embargo it all.
This isn't something you embargo, guys. This is...
No, you just write it off. No, you just write it off. And then it's just written off. You just embargo it. And then the bad news doesn't come out. I don't know. Fucking wild, right?
That is weird. Because I know whenever at work, whenever they give us some sort of major announcement, usually hey, we got to do layoffs, they just fully know that somebody's going to release it to the press. So they are already ready with
Have
their...
you tried embargoing? I mean, maybe you just never tried it. Maybe no one's ever tried it before.
I didn't.
Maybe Boeing's never tried emailing the New York Times being just can you sit on this for, I don't know, 5-6 hours? For just no particular reason?
Just wait.
Just wait.
Just wait.
Just hold it. Can you hold it, babe? Can you hold it?
Wait.
I'm almost done. Riblets. All right, riblets. These are little stories, just little nuggets,
little baby stories.
Not a full rib, just a riblet.
Quarter stories at best.
Guild Wars 3 will have no battle pass or subscription because ArenaNet doesn't want to keep people hostage. Hells yeah. Now, this is one you're gonna have to play the Nostradamus clip on eventually, because I got good feelings about Guild Wars 3 and the things I was saying last week about it being kind of a return to form for MMOs and maybe recapturing people who have slipped off of them.
I do think, and I kind of had the same thought. I was like, I feel like almost it's a timing wise, but IPO, like
Yeah.
this is the right IP for it, right?
Yeah.
Not
And
IPO,
I think we're due.
the right group. Like this game at this time could make a ton of money.
And you come out as an MMO and be like, no, we're not going to do battle passes or that bullshit. And if you remember, Guild Wars 1 and 2 never had a subscription. It was just a one-time purchase. It was kind of a standout in the MMO space because you could just buy it once and play it forever. And so if you are someone that has lapsed because you maybe got tired of paying $20 a month and then $100 every expansion when you were playing World of Warcraft, and you're like, I don't play that much. I'm 40 years old. I got 3 kids. I'm not going to play.
Yeah,
I'm not going to play so much WoW that the battle pass pays for the $20 or whatever so I can earn gold. You're just not going to play it. But with Guild Wars, if you can just pop in whenever you want, drop out, and it's not going to continuously charge your credit card, you might check out Guild Wars 3.
Yeah.
Studio head Colin Johansson was talking in an IGN live interview. He said, quote, "We feel right now the MMO genre is ready for something new." What was I saying? That it has stagnated, and we're playing the same games for over a decade. This is where ArenaNet is at its best, when we say, let's solve these problems and innovate. See, that's the exact right approach too. Not we're trying to kill anything. We're not trying to do the same thing but better. We are looking at the problems in the MMO
What
space,
are the issues in this genre?
building around them.
Let's see what we can do.
And by the way, Guild Wars 1 and 2 still supported now. Will still be supported. They committed to continue to support them after Guild Wars 3. So you're talking about the guys that are so mad about that racing game, that Ubisoft racing game, and they've got this whole stop killing games movement. This is the antithesis to that. ArenaNet releasing the third in a MMO series. This is not an easy thing to support. And they're like, and it was not an ongoing subscription price or anything, and they're still supporting both of those titles as they work on a third. Shit.
Yeah.
Halo Campaign Evolved is locking its game manual behind a premium edition.
The game manual?
The little booklet that goes in the jewel case. It only comes in the premium edition of the game. I mean, because paper's expensive, man. I guess. I don't know.
I feel like it's one of those things. It's not the price hasn't significantly gone up.
I didn't know we were still talking about game manuals, dude. In fact, I went and looked it up.
That's why I'm shocked that that this is like, we're gonna put this behind the premium one. You're like,
well, was that going to sell it? Well, I guess it looks just like the original Halo manual. It's like a throwback one, which I think is sick.
Okay.
I don't think that they should have locked it, but whatever. I mean, you got to sell that thing somehow. And if
really funny.
20 cents of paper does it. I mean, I was actually surprised to see that
it's
this
a digital game manual, guys. Just a heads up.
It's a physical one.
This is digital.
No, it's a physical one.
Okay. I'm just looking at that graphic.
What? Well, then scroll down to the video. Scroll down to that image, dude.
Yeah, I think
via the unboxing challenge or channel.
Like the old school one. I don't know, maybe. But that's what I'm seeing. In that one image, it says the standard edition.
Oh, no, you're right. He's unboxing. This is an original Xbox.
This is like digital game manual.
Oh, you're right. Well, I take it all back. This is the stupidest thing ever. This is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. I thought they were actually going to print a game. They don't even.
You're not like getting it.
I'm so upset.
Like that would be a little bit more interesting. Digital.
I thought that's what it was, which I was like it's basically an art book at that point.
Why I wouldn't even put that on that list of premium content because you're like, dude, you can put together this is a PowerPoint presentation that you sent me. This costs you nothing, right?
Jesus Christ, I hate that.
Does Xbox? The new era for them. New era for these guys.
Yeah, they're in their Sharma era. Crazy Taxi World Tour uses generative AI. This is coming out of the game's Steam
Is this
page.
the new one?
Yeah, this is the new one. They say we use on the Steam. Remember now, Steam forces developers that are using Gen AI to self-report on their Steam page, with it, and they offer them a little blurb to explain how they've used it in the game. They said, "quote We use the generative AI as a support tool for developers, aiming to provide better content to our users and enable developers to focus on more creative tasks." I'm just kind of shrugging.
Here's the thing. I hear them saying that, but I don't trust that that's what people are using it for only. Does that make sense? I feel like, come on. If you've opened it up for your devs to use, we're just going to use it so you guys can be a little bit more creative, kind of focus on that sort of thing. These guys are easily like give them 1 week and they're going to just start using it for the creative stuff too.
Risky lie to tell though, because if it does, like people will sniff this out.
They will sniff it out, and then you'll get review bomb.
You're gonna have a taxi with 5 tires, and you're gonna.
We do really a lot of review bombing these days. So.
Yeah, it's our love language. Valve confirms that physical Steam gift cards are dead, and once the current stocks are sold through, they're done. Valve's just done selling those physical gift cards you see in retail stores.
So then you can't. I won't get any of those more of those videos of like the scammers being like, okay, go to Walmart.
Yeah, no, they're just going to switch to any of the other 900 gift cards that are available.
Go to Walmart, get a Visa gift card.
Load it up. This is what the government's telling you to do. I just wanted to read this whole statement from Valve because it's really funny. It's kind of long, but it explains why they're doing this, and it's kind of got a hilarious conclusion. We've responded to gift card scams over the years by taking a number of actions to protect customers, including working with retailers, working with law enforcement, making changes to the cards, including adding a prominent scam warning, limiting redemption to be in the currency of your Steam wallet, limiting availability of cards, removing cards from sale when we observed abnormal activity. And we have continued to put more and more restrictions in place. Scammers have adapted. They continue to have an impact on Steam customers and other unsuspecting individuals, so we've made the difficult decision to end the Steam gift card program at retail stores. They basically are like, yep, the scammers won. But they also lost big because now they can't use these cards anymore. But it also doesn't matter because there's a million other gift cards. So
there's a million other gift cards that they'll use.
Dude,
they'll use
I
iTunes gift cards.
That Valve's like, here they just list this laundry list of shit they've done before they're like, that's it. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
We don't care. We don't care about this. We're not going to worry about this anymore. It's not
unbelievable. Yeah, scammers just ruining everything for everyone. Way to go. Scammers, scalpers, just which is ultimately well, that's just the beauty of it all is like this behavior wouldn't be so prevalent if everyone could make a decent wage, honestly. But the billionaires have taken and stolen all of that. So this one is also you can blame the billionaires for this one. You can blame the billionaires for like literally everything. It's like the first scapegoat in human history where it's like, oh no, they're actually right.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Kudos.
All right, kudos is a positivity segment. And we had a pretty negative news segment, so this is good.
Some positivity.
Spill it. I have a couple foodos. What do you got?
Do it. Mine's not a foodos.
Okay, so apparently the new hotness is carnival candy flavors.
What does
Don't
that
know why.
mean?
That's a great question. Recently came across two different candies that are carnival themed. First is the Mike and Ike Thrill Ride Mix. That's this one here. I don't know if you've seen it. Shout out to my lovely sister who is the candy huntress. She just finds these. She's always just on the hunt for them, brings them to me. So I always got to try these first. And some people are like, where'd you get those? I was like, I don't know.
My sister
they just show up at my house. My sister just brings them. So the ones in this, this says taste the adventure, no ticket required. So they're going, it's a
carnival
play. Cotton candy craze, lemonade loop, Carousel Caramel Apple, Funhouse Fruit Punch, and Churro Coaster. It is a churro flavored Mike and Ike. And they're all so good. Dude, they're so good.
Okay.
The churro one slaps.
Can I ask you, though, how is it eating them like in a mix? Because I feel like they don't typically do like cinnamon and fruity, and like they usually don't mix those things together in the same box.
Well, to be fair, I don't know. I eat Mike and Ike's one at a time and savor them, and I bite the tip off the end, and then I slowly eat them.
Oh,
yeah.
No,
that's sexy to you? Bite the tip off, sexy to you?
Just a little nibble on the tip.
Jesus Christ.
No, look, you don't just do a handful of Mike and Ike's and just chomp away at all. I'm just kidding. Nobody does that.
Some point, I might have in my life.
No, I wouldn't do that either.
18
But no,
18 cavities later, nah. It's one at a time, baby.
Like, how'd this happen? You're like, I don't know, a handful of Mike and Ike's.
I know. It just happens. So not the candy.
Like, are you eating Mike and Ike's at the dentist? You're like, I put these in an hour ago. I'm still chewing. It's really hard.
I can't stop. It's my lunch.
No, but like, you eat and the eat one, and it's like you got that kind of cinnamony flavor, caramel apple flavor in your mouth.
It all works. It's just like,
and
you're not complaining if you go to the fair and you eat churro and wash it down with a lemonade, and then you eat a candy apple before you get on the Ferris wheel. You're just eating shit.
Okay, that's fair.
And then the other one,
but they're all good though. Like the flavors are all good. I feel
like them all.
Lemonade would be pretty standard.
The
Fruit
lemonade's
punch, maybe
really
but
good.
Caramel apple and churro seem the most interesting.
Caramel apple's but the churro's amazing. And I was really doubtful on the churro, and
really,
I got
that's the one I'm the most doubtful on. So like now I want to try
because you always get, when you get cinnamon, you think when a cinnamon candy, you're thinking spicy. Always. Whether it's those fireballs, whether it's hot tamales, every cinnamon candy is spicy. These are not, but they're cinnamony.
But I feel like the cinnamony ones that are not spicy, like candy, that is often like, I don't know. Like I'm not.
Yeah, not these.
Because I love cinnamon stuff. Like cinnamon rolls are my favorite. And like I love this stuff.
I do think, I don't know if you have any of these. I think these came from, is it not Dollar General? What's the other one? Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
If you have a Dollar Tree around, I think that's where
I'm gonna look for them. I'm gonna look for them.
And then the other one in the same theme is the Mamba Fun Park. I thought it was Fun Pack, but it's Fun Park.
Fun Park.
If you Google Mamba Fun
Pack,
it is a type of weed, I guess. So don't do that one. I mean, or do it. Kind of depends. Yeah. But these ones, and there are 4, because Mambas come in 4 different flavors, but there's only 3 in each pack, so you have to keep buying them to try all 4 of them.
These look interesting.
So it's funny because my sister's bought like 8 packs of these. She can't get the one that she's trying to find, but the 4 flavors are candy apple, blueberry slushy, strawberry cotton candy, and raspberry popcorn.
Okay, have you had all of them?
I have, because we haven't had raspberry popcorn since my sister
That's
can't
the
find
one
them.
I want to try the most.
That's what she said. I said it sounds terrible. Yeah. I was like, it sounds terrible, Nat. And she's like, I know, but I have to try it.
I can't even like fathom what raspberry popcorn is, and I do want to figure that out though.
Yep. So I've had these. I will say the Mike and Ike's are better. These are I don't know, it's just me, but it feels like Mambas have gotten less flavorful lately. The gum's a lot mintier.
I knew you were gonna say that.
But
they started laughing before he even said it. I knew.
Mambas, they just don't like come on as strong. They've changed the formula a little bit, but these are still good. And for me, I like to just give kudos when candy companies are trying new things. I feel like we've been in a bit of a dry spell.
Do something new. Yeah, we have. There was like, we remember like, was it like 6 years ago, 7 years ago or something? They were just like every candy brand. You'd go to a Maverick or something, and it was like always like 5 different new flavors.
They pulled back on that.
We're struggling.
It's interest rates. I guarantee you could track it from interest rates, because companies are taking fewer risks when capital is cheaper, or when capital is more expensive. Like that's literally what's happening. And so as interest rates have gone up, we've gotten fewer candies. So seeing these is kind of like a nice refresher.
It's fun.
And I love that this is like a theme. I was gonna do the next carnival flavors.
Carnival theme. I've never even
Carnival
thought about
flavors.
that.
What is that? That's so wild. There's some like high level food chemistry company that's like, hey, we got these new flavors out. You guys can try them.
Carnival. You thought about carnival? And like, yeah, people like carnivals. I
We can
don't
do
know.
that. We can do
Yeah.
that. So
Why not?
yeah, check these out. Hit the Dollar General or whatever the hell. I don't know.
Dollar Tree, probably.
Yeah, what do you got? Yeah, Dollar General's all closed.
Okay, mine is for something a little bit different. I usually, so with my family, we have a big like one of those huge desk calendars that I hang up on the wall and like kind of write everything on there. So everyone can keep track of the schedule of like practices and who's got appointments and all the stuff going on. Because everyone in my family's got a schedule, right, of stuff that you just have all the time. But it's hard for me to get my two older boys to either like look at the calendar and add things to the calendar. So I was always texting them, "Hey, when do you work this week? What's going on this week?" Right? And so I was like, I'm just going to do it. I've been looking at it for a few months. I bought one of those big wall digital calendars. This brand I got is called Airzeen, AIRZEEN. It's a digital wall calendar. You hang it on your wall, and then you obviously like link it to your phone through an app. And then like everyone's got their own profile and like a color associated with it. So I can put everyone's stuff up on the digital calendar in the living room.
Am I looking at the right one? This is $500.
Yeah. So I got it for significantly cheap. They are expensive. I got it for way less than that because I was looking at getting one, and I had gotten like I don't remember what it was. I had seen something that was like, buy it on Amazon right now. It's a 50% off. Plus there's a coupon if you use this code. So I got it for like hundreds of dollars off. It is expensive.
And there's an app that's associated with this?
Yeah, there's an app, and you
That's
can
why it's
go
so
in.
expensive.
So I can go into the app, and I can go in and like add a calendar event. So typically I'm like adding them to my work calendar or like, something, and then they're not all synced. This has all the calendars synced. And so I can go in, I'm sitting at work and I get a call like, hey, the dentist needs to change your appointment. I can pull up the calendar, see what everyone has that day. And I think a lot of people have like shared calendars or shared calendar apps and things like that. But my family is the way we like to do it is we like to have something at home that we're all looking at when we're at home. Hey, go look at the calendar, see what's on there, because we're so used to having one that we hang on the wall. So this has been a cool thing. Plus, like you can add photos to it. Like any of my kids who've linked their phones to it can add photos to it, and it works as like one of those photo things. It'll just like cycle through photos. I can add tasks for them to do on there, where like they'll do tasks like, hey, I need you to mow the lawn today. I can add my grocery list to it. There's just like, it's got the weather. It's just got all sorts of stuff on it. And there's different views that you can do of the calendar. I've been loving it so far. It's been a game changer for me because, again, I have 6 people's schedules that I'm always trying to like keep up on, and like who's going where, who has when does Lily have practice, and I'm trying to schedule my own stuff and I can't remember who has what. And so this has been a game changer for me, and I have absolutely loved it. My kids have loved it. They've had a great time putting troll pictures of each other up on the calendar so it cycles through, and then you get like a video of Colin trying to do a backflip on the volleyball court and falling face first into the sand. That's a favorite. And then Colin posts a goofy picture of Graham, and like it's really fun.
That's awesome.
So we've been having a good time with it. The kids are using it. And it's been nice. Colin's messaged me, when do I practice? And I might check the calendar, and it's on his phone. It's on the wall. You can easily see it. Plus it'll notify. You can set up each calendar item to do it to ring. The wall calendar will have an alarm sound if you need it to. I don't personally use that.
Sounds like for you it's worth $500.
This is this type of thing that I need because like I just have so much going on trying to keep everything straight.
Yeah.
I didn't even spend $200 on it, so I did get like a really good deal on this.
You get it on Amazon? I've been looking.
I got mine on Amazon. Yeah.
There's like no reviews or anything. It's like a ghost listing. It sketches me out.
I know, and like so, yeah, that's true. And I had to go and look up reviews on the company website and like the other websites and stuff like that. I was finding reviews elsewhere outside of Amazon because Amazon had like no reviews, but that's where I got it. So anyway, it's called Airzine. There are a number of these types of calendars. Like there's a bunch of them. Just this one was heavily on sale, so I was like that, and it had good reviews. So I was like, I'm gonna get this one. So if you have 100 kids like me, this
Get
is something
this.
worth looking at.
Spend $100 on your calendar.
Yeah. All right, where's this? Yeah. Sweet bit.
Studio game.
We got that serial fame because you saying our names. We in the studio playing some Foodio games.
And drinks too.
That's right, it's Foodio games.
And drinks.
Yeah, we playing Foodio games. And drinks.
I thought about asking you, but it would have just ruined it for me. I'm so glad you did this on your
I added
own.
it. I was so excited to like, dragged it into the list of clips to play today. And I was like, yes, I haven't played this one. I'm so excited to add it.
Drinks.
And drinks.
And drinks. Oh my gosh. It reminds me of the dark times, but it's so nice.
It is funny because it's just, and hold on a sec. I can skip already. Serial fame because you say the studio playing some Foodio games.
And drinks too.
That's right, it's Foodio games.
And drinks.
Yeah,
Drinks.
we playing Foodio games.
And drinks.
And drinks.
I tell you, I've heard that more than you. Many
Oh,
more times
absolutely.
than
I've
you.
only heard that
Yeah.
a couple times.
Yeah, because if you guys weren't around when Peterson took his sabbatical from the podcast and I was running things and I became Peterson Productions and it was terrible. Before he went on sabbatical, he
great
just
job.
threw me a handful of files, as many as he could scrape together. And that was the Foodio Games clip I got. Not the basic one. I only got the drinks one.
And
So we
drinks, I
just rolled with
wanted
that.
to cover everything.
And I was desperate, man. We ran Foodio Games like 4 weeks in a row at some point. Like we just did Foodio Games.
I think we've only done like drinks
Once. Once. It was a one-time clip we played so many times. I just grew. If none of that had happened, I would have totally forgot that one existed. We would have never known.
Oh, me too. I
Yeah.
would have completely. I would have
You
found
said you
it.
dragged me the wrong
Once-
file, and it is now entered legendary status. So you guys were around for that a couple 4 or 5 years ago. Now you too get to
man.
enjoy and
You
drinks.
get to enjoy it and drinks.
Foodio Games, our segment where we compare our two favorite things, food and video games. And this week, because we're kind of in it, actually, we're always in it, on the games that fit in the roguelike category. We're talking about the food comparisons, the food equivalent of the aspects of roguelike games. Roguelikes, for the uninitiated, are basically a game where you are replaying the same type of levels, but they are all procedurally generated, so they're slightly different each time. You're also collecting items or buffs or spells or whatever, some sort of collectible that makes you stronger in a specific way, but it's randomized.
It's
So
just
you're
randomly
getting
generated.
different things each run is what they're called when you go through. They're generally a little bit harder because the idea is that you are dying at the end of every run eventually, and that you generally are trying to get better and better at them by doing repetitive runs and getting new builds and trying new items and seeing which items work with other items and trying to figure out the game so you can get better at it. Think if you
like-
played Mario as a kid, but the levels changed every single time you rebooted it. And every time you got a mushroom, sometimes it'd make you bigger, but sometimes it would give you a fire flower. Sometimes it was just random.
Yeah, it was like different every time. Every time you popped that question mark box, you didn't know what
Yeah.
was going to come out.
That's a roguelike.
It's like any time loop movie where like they just like replay. Like there's always that they suck at first, and then they like figure it out and get better and better, and like Groundhog Day, picking up skills, getting better, and like what's the Tom Cruise one?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow, like getting better, learning what to do, right? And that's how the game plays like that. You're picking up skills and abilities and unlocking new things and making your character a little bit better, a little more powerful. So then by the end, like you're getting significantly farther 10 hours in than you were at the first hour, like every time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we want to talk a little bit about the food equivalent of these games. I'll start. I've got one for when you are constantly getting new items. Sometimes you just get random things, and more often than not, when we're playing a roguelike together or when I'm playing it by myself, I just end up with these crazy, unexpected builds. And they're usually born of necessity because it's like, I'm like, I got this item and then I got that item and then I got that. Those are what I got. So that's what I'm working with. And I wouldn't have chosen these items, but hey, they actually worked out. And oh man, this build's kind of fun. This run's kind of coming together. This is stoner food. This is food you make after you get really baked and you're hungry as fuck and you're like, I'm not going to order DoorDash because I'm not a millionaire. So I'm going to go in my pantry and my fridge and I'm going to put something together. And it may not work. People say I'm crazy for putting strawberry jam on a pizza and then putting hot sauce all over the whole thing and then melting cheese back on the top of it. But that's what I've got. And then it works. And when it works, when it slaps, oh my God.
The fancy version of this is called fusion. Like fusion cuisine, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's like a Korean taco. And you're like, all right. And sometimes I've had fusion
burger.
food that is like, yes, that is dope. And I've had some is like, I hate this so much. But when food combos come together well and you're like, I didn't think this was going to work, but hey, it works. You know
what's one that is weird that never worked for me? I'd be interested to get your take is sushi burritos.
Yeah.
So it's like rice all on the outside and then whatever's in sushi in the inside, but it's like a burrito size thing.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Oh yeah. I've had a couple. Okay. They don't do it for me. It's just the ratio's all fucked.
It's the worst version of sushi for me because have you had a poke bowl?
I don't know. I don't like those.
Oh, see,
I've
I like
had
poke.
one, but I'm not a big fan.
Like I just went to one actually last week, this week, and I loved it. I should have given that kudos. It was in Bountiful, maybe. It was really, really good, and the fish was really fresh. But I love a poke bowl. It's just like eating a bowl of sushi, right? I prefer that over sushi burrito because sushi burrito is like a giant piece of sushi. And you're right. The ratios are just not. You're not
way off.
Sushi. The key is you need all of the ingredients in each little piece, right? And sushi burrito feels like that's really hard to do. Whereas like a poke bowl, you just kind of like you can get what you want, mix it in. So yeah, no, I get that. Like I
get sushi burrito builds sometimes.
Sometimes we get those. We're just like, what?
Like, this isn't working.
Yeah,
it's not fucking working.
This is so that's a good one. Let's see. So when you play a roguelike initially, you will just die really quickly. You will not get far in the run for the first little while. You just die. You don't get that far unless you're playing on easy. Like if you're playing on normal mode, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to get that far. Right? And then you do harder and get further, right? You get better over time. This is in the food equivalent is acquired tastes.
Oh,
like, I thought about spicy food, but it's kind of along the same line.
Everyone has a cap on spicy food. You can only push it so high.
This is acquired taste, though.
Coffee, beer, sushi.
I feel like kimchi. I feel like is an acquired taste. Like I think green olives are an acquired taste. Most people eat that, and they're like, I don't know about this. Oysters.
I'd say most hard liquors.
Oh, for sure.
Almost all hard liquors are acquired tastes.
Yeah. And so I feel like there's all those foods where somebody loves them and you might love it, but you didn't love it at first. And it's like that. You're just not quite very good at this game yet. But then by the end, Like as with acquired taste, like your first sip of beer, no one's like, "Oh, that's incredible," right? Everyone's kind of like, why are people drinking this?
Yeah.
And then 20 years later, you're like, I drink 3 pints a day, and it's fine. I don't feel it anymore. And that's like when you're playing a roguelike. JD and I play a lot of these, and we get to a point where we are winning every run at that point. Like we're just like, we're just like, yeah, no, we're just good at this. We can do this for as much as we want, and we're fine. Like it's not even anything. It's not even hard, not anything. I can just slurp down these oysters like they're nothing. And then,
Go ahead.
And then a first timer, you give an oyster, and they're like, why do people eat this? This tastes like a seafood booger.
It really is. I haven't gotten there on the oysters. I
can't either. I eat one, and I'm like, I don't.
They're like, put some hot sauce on it. I'm like, okay, hot sauce on a booger is still a booger.
Yeah, no, like, why are we doing this, guys?
But not to belabor this metaphor. But when I started drinking beer, he made a remark that kind of stuck with me. He's like, well, you don't start drinking shitty beer, just like you don't start drinking shitty coffee. You drink really good beer, and then you develop the taste for it, and you work your way down. And that's exactly what I did. I was on the first when I started drinking
How
beer.
true is that, though? That kills me.
And it's like this, where you mentioned like the first couple, we are like, oh, we're working so hard, and it's such a challenge, and we have to be smart and tactful, and then we finally win, and it's like a really satisfying, full-bodied beer. And then now we just sit down and brainlessly grind through undermine runs that we don't even look at them. We don't even pay attention. It's just autopilot. It's just chugging Coors Lights.
It's just Miller Lite the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
wait, how many did you have, by the way?
5.
Well, I had 4, so perfect.
I have a little mini. Uncommon items. You find items in these runs, or items or spells or buffs or whatever you want to call them, whatever they end up being. And they're generally a variety. They come in a variety of rarities. And this is, you can either get the very common items, the uncommon items, or the very rare ones. The very rare ones are kind of nice. And generally you build your whole run around those if you get them because they're so good. But the uncommon items are kind of like the staples, where once you get it, you're like, I'm probably going to see this run. And when I do, like, you can kind of expect it. Basically, you're like, okay, I really need this one. I can't wait. We do this in Undermine all the time. When I think about FTL, there's a few weapons that you can generally anticipate will show up, or shields or something that's going to show up just about every run. And that's like, this is my baseline. And for this is holiday treats that come back every year.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Whether it's, a specific candy, like the Skittles Shriekers, for example, or candy hearts for Valentine's Day.
What are the eggs for Easter?
Oh, Cadbury cream eggs.
Like, you don't see those except for at Easter, but they're gonna be there.
So they're uncommon in a way.
Yeah,
they're uncommon on average.
Right.
But you can anticipate and expect that.
Reliable. Like, I know I'm
reliable. Yeah, that's the uncommon item in one of these.
Okay, I'm gonna do one that's kind of similar, but I'm talking item rarity. So when you get that like amazing drop on like a random chance, like I'm talking like legendary, and you're like, what? Here we go.
And the thing glows. Like,
it's like it's usually like green or gold is usually like the legendary.
It's a color. I know it's a color. I'm sure it is.
When you get that amazing drop on a random chance, this is like me going to the Asian market and finding something amazing that is not in English. I don't even know. I'm not 100% sure everything that I'm getting here. Usually some kind of chip or candy. But like I look at it and I'm like, I don't know, I'm just going to try this. And most of the time, it's mediocre, right? Most of the time, you're just like, whatever. It's like, this is fine.
But every once in a while, it's legendary.
Every now and again, you're like, what? That was so good. Like, I loved it. And yeah, that's like opening that box and you're like expecting it to be like, I don't know. It's just this barbecue chicken lays. This Chinese barbecue chicken just tastes like chicken. Like it's pretty standard tasting. Every now and then you'll get something. You're like, what is this? It is blowing my mind, and I love it.
That was like when we used to get boxes from Desert Drinks and Exotics, and every once in a while, one of those items from some random country would be like, "Oh my god,
you're
this
like,
is the best candy
what
I've ever had!" And the best is, you know, you're never gonna have it again. Just like a legendary item, you're like, "I'm gonna enjoy this for now because this is it."
I don't know if I'm ever gonna see this again.
I'll
and
never see
often,
this
like
again.
like there are items that, like Balatro, the legendary jokers or something. I've only gotten some of them once or twice. You know,
That is honestly, now that we're talking about it, that's what I think is missing from Undermine 2 is legendary rarity items. I mean, that would be really awesome. I mean, there's a few that are locked behind like the musician guy.
Yeah.
There's a few that are kind of like harder to find, but nothing is like unbelievably
yeah.
And that's what they need.
Yeah, that's what they need. And like, yeah, so that's when you find something at the Asian market that you're just like, here we go.
Okay, so when you start out, like you mentioned, playing a new roguelike game, and you know the very first time you boot it, you are going to go out there and die.
Right.
Like that's like if you beat a roguelike on your first run, you beat your first run, they've
something's wrong with the game.
Yeah, they balanced it wrong. You're not amazing at the game because you should be. I feel like, and one of my very first roguelikes probably colored my opinion on this because it was FTL. And I didn't win an FTL game for 6 months.
So long.
And
you just bumped the difficulty down.
And I think I finally bumped it down. And then once I won, I was able to learn enough to go back up and win. And even then it was very, very challenging.
Yeah.
So this is spicy food. Because when you go into it eating spicy food, you know what the result's going to be. You know, in a couple hours or a day, you know what's going to happen. You're going to lose. You're going to be sitting on the toilet losing.
You might lose. It doesn't always happen for me, but sometimes it does.
Exactly. Because maybe you win that run. Maybe you get off lucky.
Yeah.
But you're going into it knowing there's a good chance you're going to die. You're going into it when you eat spicy food. You're like, oh, it's so delicious. I love how this fits. I love this whole, the taste profile with the extra heat. But you get to taste it on the way out.
Yeah. You get to feel it later.
Yeah, you're going to feel it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. So roguelikes, we talk about you get items. And you were talking about items that like you're like, wow, this is crazy. Like I didn't think to put these things together, and they do work. But also there are runs when none of your items sync up, and you're just like, I don't have a build. Like nothing is coming together.
Suicide potion.
Yeah. There's a potion in Undermine 2 that like it randomly changes all of your items. And you're like, oh, okay.
And if your build is that bad, you just drink the suicide potion.
We have done a few times. It's pretty fun, actually.
So fun.
But yes, there are runs when your items don't sync up. I've seen this in every single roguelike I've ever played. Slay the Spire, you're just like, you'd start off and be like, okay, I know what I want to do. And then your next several card picks like don't line up at all. And you're like, I can't get this going, right? This is going to a mediocre buffet. I'm not talking like a $50, $60 Vegas buffet. I'm talking like Golden Corral, right?
Check-a-rama.
Like none of these food items go together. You've got a piece of pizza, and then you've got a Chinese flavored chicken wing, and you've got a pot roast.
Why is there pizza? Why is there always pizza?
There's always pizza, and it's always the worst pizza. It's like,
and Trent always gets it, by the way. No matter if it's a Chinese buffet or a Vegas buffet, Trent will come back with a slice of pizza on his plate. Go get Mongolian barbecue, Trent will have a slice of pizza on his plate.
It's never even as good as like a DiGiorno frozen pizza.
Terrible.
Like it's not good.
Yeah,
I don't know where
it's a Cisco job. It's a Cisco job. They threw
it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So these items this stuff doesn't go together, but guess what? You are going to be full when you leave. And like, it's not going to be your best meal. You're never going to talk about that meal. You're not going to be like, oh, dude, remember when we went to freaking Golden Corral and you're like, no one's gonna say that.
Remember the nuggets I got there?
Remember the nuggets that I mixed with my soft serve ice cream? It was crazy. Like it's not gonna be memorable, just like these roguelike runs where you do it and you're like, it's not working out. But guess what? We play the roguelike. It does maybe not what not might not work out, but I never leave feeling like, oh man, that sucked. I'm always like, yeah, no, that scratched
At
the
least
itch
I
for the
played.
night. I'm
Yeah.
full. I'm fine.
Dude, this is so funny because I had a buffet one too.
Did you? You had a
I
buffet
did,
one?
but
Let's
it's
do it.
different, and it's a different, completely different take.
Different
But
aspect of it.
the
Okay.
buffet is a re-roll for me because in these games, so often there's a mechanic where you get offered an item or a card or an ability or a spell, and you can either take it, leave it, or spend a specific amount of currency to re-roll it and try again.
Another random choice.
This is eaten at a buffet, dude, because you can either you come back, you go select 5 or 6 items, you bring them back, and you take a bite. You're like, re-roll.
Nope, that's
You
not the
get
one.
up and you go re-roll your fucking food, and you bring back whatever. And sometimes you re-roll your whole plate, and you just leave it there. And you're like, oh no, man, I don't care.
Also, you are rolling the dice to see if you will have diarrhea later. That's part
Always
of it.
yeah, dude. It's always a dice roll when you hit the buffet.
Dude. Which also, I have a very hard time with buffets now. I've had
Post COVID,
two-
I don't think I've been to one.
I've been to a couple, and if there are a lot of other people there, I have a really, really difficult time, like a Pizza Pie Cafe or something like that.
Ooh, yeah, hand grabby things. No, I don't like that.
I've seen some stuff, guys. I've seen some stuff.
I mean, honestly, it's like a bucket list item for me now. I just want one more trip to the salad bar. I just want one more salad bar in my life because I haven't had a salad bar since COVID.
You know what?
Yeah.
Your 40th birthday, we're gonna make you the dopest salad
Just
bar.
a huge salad bar.
He's just a big old.
And no kids are invited. No one under 16.
No.
So you don't have to have a sneeze guard.
Nope. It's gonna be fancy, but like also there's gonna be eggs and bacon bits and
yes.
garbanzo beans.
Oh, and shredded carrots. Baby, say shredded carrots.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's gonna be like a salad bar.
Yes.
It's gonna be like full one of those long tables long.
Yeah.
And just like
big old bowl of iceberg. Just an endless bowl of iceberg. Those little Chinese chow mein noodles, the crunchy ones.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Dude,
black olives, even though I never eat them normally.
Goldfish.
I want them.
There's gonna be goldfish there. Like there's gonna be a bucket of goldfish.
There's gonna be
at the end of
fucking
it.
goldfish. This is gonna be the
seed.
best 40 or 40.
Right? Doesn't that sound kind of fun though, for real?
No, absolutely it does. Just like a long banquet table.
Yeah.
And do it up.
And no kids.
No
okay.
kids.
Let's see. I got one more. I'll do one more.
And then I got one more.
Okay, when you get to that point, I talked about this a little bit. In roguelikes, you always get to that point where you stop unlocking things regularly. And that's also the point where you just win, like most of the time.
Yeah, you're on it.
You're not unlocking things, you're winning, and like you've got this. Like you've kind of hit the end game of the roguelike, right? And you still play for a little while. This is pizza. Specifically, as a kid in the 90s, pizza was a real treat. And the first, I don't know, 10 hours of a roguelike is a real treat. You are unlocking stuff and you are like, this is awesome. Every time you play, you're like, new build. Look at this freaking new item we unlock. It's nuts, right? Everything is nuts. You're getting all this crazy stuff. That was pizza in the 90s. I felt like it was like a rare treat as a kid in the 90s. You were like, dude, we're having pizza? Like
pizza,
yes. Like
it was like a major thing.
Stoked to get pizza.
Yeah.
Now, we've kind of grown up as an adult, and I think my kids now still, but pizza now is just kind of a staple. Like we just eat pizza like all the time. Frozen pizza. I'll go get some Little Caesars. You want to go get some Lucky Slice? We'll go. Like pizza is a regular meal for us now. It is not a special meal at all. Whereas when I was a kid, it was like, yes, and that's that roguelike where you've kind of gotten to that point where you're like, you're not super exciting. You're just kind of at the end game.
You
like
just get it.
Normal now.
Get it all the time. Well, what happened here is all the people, mine and your age, who grew up with pizza being so amazing and culturally relevant, realized we could have pizza anytime for any reason, and we're like, oh, well, we're just gonna do that all the time then.
Yeah, just like
Dude. And since you mentioned it, I did hit that Lucky Slice in Bountiful recently when I was up there. Oh God, I hope they get down here.
it's
So
just fun,
good.
man. They just got like all this
So
crazy
good.
stuff.
I just got
and it's so
I just
fun.
got a slice of pep, and it was just amazing.
I always get a pepperoni. And then
Yeah.
something else.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
it's good,
so good.
right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was amazing. My last one is something that's been kicking around in my head ever since I talked about Cleared Hot, that helicopter game I played for DICE a couple weeks ago, and how I thought it would have been a perfect roguelike game. Now I can't stop thinking about games that would fit better as roguelikes, or because it's just one of these things. You can't force all games to be a battle royale or an extraction shooter or whatever.
Yeah.
You could force a roguelike style into most games, or elements of a roguelike into most games.
Yeah.
Anything outside of a story-based game, and even within some story-based games, you could make them roguelikes.
You could put elements of that in there.
And sometimes they could absolutely spice up an otherwise bland game. Because, I mean, all things being equal, Undermine 2 by itself is not like an amazing game.
Yeah, it's not like anything out of the ordinary, really.
Yeah, no. It's the roguelike aspects of it that make it so fun. If you played Undermine 2 and the map was the same every time, you would play it one time and you'd put it down and be like, oh, this game kind of sucked. And so this is a game that is by itself pretty bland. But then when you add that extra little element, that dash of roguelike, it takes it to the next level. This is Sriracha for me.
I'm not.
Yeah, or MSG. I mean, I'm not that's true. I put MSG in everything. Sriracha is not, I'm not one of those Sriracha guys. I'm not like a huge Sriracha freak, but I also do feel like just about anything I put it on, it kicks it up. And it's like what it says on the bottle. I mean, burgers, leftover pizza. One of my favorite things is next day pizza, and I will either heat it up, or if I'm eating it cold, I'll quote unquote heat it up with a zip of Sriracha. So I'll take yeah, so I'll eat cold pizza with Sriracha on it. It's so much better. Bland ramen. I buy ramen all the time, try new ones at the Asian market, and some of them I'm like, I take one bite, I'm like, oh, bland, and I put some Sriracha in. I was like, yeah, all right,
drizzle Sriracha in there, mix it in, it completely changes it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I'm like, just keep adding Sriracha to just about anything, and it will kick it up, just like I think roguelikes would fit just about anything.
I like that. My weird fusion combo, it's not even that weird. I don't love fry sauce. I know that's like blasphemous in Utah.
Whatever.
It's like mediocre. But
hold against you.
My favorite use of fry sauce is frozen pizza. You dip that in fry sauce.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, no, it hits.
That fits for me. I'm like,
no, it hits.
This is a good fit.
Yeah, and by the way, Sriracha in fry sauce is also amazing.
Oh yeah, I've done that before. We've made our own.
Kick it up. Make your own with Sriracha. Raul says Sriracha in pho is very underrated.
You got to put it in pho. I feel like soy sauce, Sriracha.
Just sauce it up. Let's slop it up.
Should we add that clip to the board now?
We should add that clip. Yes,
absolutely. We should.
Dice of Destiny.
All right, Dice of Destiny is this segment where we let the dice decide our fate. We roll a 20-sided dice, and it tells us what game we're going to play. And Peterson, last week, he rolled a Western. And just so happened, we were already playing a Western, and there's no other Westerns out there. So what'd you pick?
We like literally had started playing a Western like 2 days before that. So the game is called... Is it called Far
West?
Two Fars.
Yes.
Far West. This is Far West is a it is a co-op first person shooter in a Western, you're a robot. I don't know why Westerns and robots like really have been going
Like
together a lot lately.
because everyone saw Wild Wild West at a specific age and it impacted them
Yeah,
in
that's
a very
probably
certain
true.
way.
Yeah.
And we're like, steampunk belongs in the desert.
Yeah, so it's a Western co-op, first-person shooter, roguelike, because you are unlocking stuff and making progress, and you die, and then you go back to the main hub, the saloon, and then you upgrade your character, and upgrade some of your stats, or maybe some of the abilities you have, or your weapons have. Upgrade your weapons, upgrade your spells, because you do have spells. And it's billed as an extraction shooter, which is, I guess, like conceptually almost an
Yes.
extraction shooter, but you're more like you're going through the level, doing objectives, but like you do start of an objective, then a boss fight, and then once you've done the boss fight, the level gets significantly harder, and you go to the train, call the train, and the train will extract you.
And isn't one of the aspects, and I don't think I played many extraction shooters other than the classic, the Division, but isn't an element of extraction shooters that when you go in to do a run, there is some incredibly rare loot that you can find in there, which is the incentive to keep you going,
Yeah.
that you can bring out, and then that will stay with you permanently, and you'll have like a really cool helmet or a really awesome pistol. This does not have that.
No,
And I don't even think there's like a possibility for it to add it later. It wouldn't fit the game.
It wouldn't fit because you're going in and like the things you can upgrade, like I said, is like your character, everything levels up, which I do actually really enjoy.
So addictive.
I like that RPG aspect of like the more you use something, it will level up. So like you can pick 2 guns to go with you. Those will level up as you use them. And then as they level up, you can add stat points to your weapon. Your character will level up. Same thing. As you level up, you can add stat points to your character. You can unlock cards, which you get throughout a run, but you unlock cards, which you can attach to a weapon or your character, and that will add some sort of benefit or some kind of nonsense, but it'll add some sort of benefit to that weapon. And so, like, is a lot of things like that. You can change your skin, you can change the way your character looks. But then you go back through, and JD and I have been playing it together, and we go and do a run, and we just bumped up the difficulty. We started on easy, then we did normal, I think, and now we're doing hard. And
we're trying.
I'd say the difficulty set, and there are benefits to doing that. We're not just doing that as like a challenge for ourselves. You get more stuff when you do it on hard. Plus, it is more fun when it's a little bit more difficult, because I'd say my preliminary thoughts are that on easy and medium, or an easy and normal, it is very easy. It is not difficult at all.
Too easy. Yep.
And
almost so easy that it's barely a roguelike.
Yeah, I'd say it actually plays a little bit like a lot like Helldivers 2. Same type of concept. You're running through the world, and so if you played Helldivers, this will feel familiar to you. There's enemies, little bands of enemies that you'll run into and you fight.
Yeah.
I'd say overall, it's very early access. What they say, it was like 0.1, 0.1, 0.3. Like that's the version that
this is
on.
One of the earliest we've been
we've ever played
in a while.
And like kudos to the team, because we have not been encountering bugs. Like it hasn't been buggy. The game's
just been smooth. I got stuck that one time behind my own turret.
Yeah, that was your own fault.
That was my own fault.
I think what they're going to add, though, is a lot of content. Enemies, weapons, like they're going to add the cards, because you get cards that will give you, like, change your powers a little bit, change your abilities, change what you can do. They'll add that sort of thing. But as far as like a 0.1 version of a game, it feels great. Like it feels great for that. And there's a few nits where I'm like, I wish they would change something like this, and I hope they do. You know what I mean? I want to give these guys a chance, because this one
will be fun. Yeah, because this is kind of like the first impression here.
We're doing a first
full
impression
review. Yeah, we'll do a full review next week. But I cannot wait. This 100%. We're doing a revisiting hours in 6 months?
Yeah,
maybe a year.
And
it will be a different game.
Have you seen
I
a
think they're
roadmap?
pre-roadmap.
I don't
really
even think
they're
they have
pre-roadmap.
released a I don't
No,
think they have.
I think it's that early. And
Yeah.
for as slick and as smooth as this is this a game? I want to see if this is a game that we have that has if the developers made it. Let's see, the developers Evil Raptor and the publisher is Fireshine Games. Evil Raptor has made a Kimbot and Pumpkin Jack.
So
And they were both had some positive reviews, but they didn't do a ton. But this one, okay, so a Kimbot, which came with the most recent one, came out in 2024. It has 678 reviews. Far Far West has 17,000 reviews.
almost 18,000.
Yeah, 17.9, and it came out like a month and a half ago.
96% positive.
These guys just had like a freshman sophomore game, and they were pretty solid. They came out here and just knocked it out of the park with their third game.
Yep.
But
this is a review. I usually don't read the reviews, but there's one review that I was like, yeah, this fits. He said, feels like 8 friends sat down together, struggling to answer the age-old question, what game can we play that we'll all enjoy? So they discussed their favorite games. One said Helldivers, one said Borderlands, one said Balatro, one said Payday, one said Warframe, one said Red Dead Redemption, one said Deep Rock Galactic, one said Vermintide. And they took their favorite bits from
Squished
all
it
of
all
those
together.
and mashed them in. And you're like, yeah, because it doesn't feel like they're doing anything.
You do whatever you want.
Out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Like the game feels like, like you're going to play it and be like, I get it.
I love that because that's what I think I described it to you as, was that there's just a ton of different layers of games and genres that they piled on top. This game literally could not have been made even 4 years ago because the genres it pulls from didn't exist.
They weren't there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's been so cool about it, is just seeing this seems like standing on the shoulders of giants, which are also standing on the shoulders of giants, which are also standing on the shoulders of giants. And at the very end, we get Far, Far West. And it's like,
we get these
kind of
like this, and you're like,
the culmination. Yeah. And, meanwhile, they're making Call of Duty. And the only major fundamental change in the last 20 years in Call of Duty is they're trend chasing Fortnite. And they just want the skins to look more like Fortnite. That's what Call of Duty has changed. This one is showing how far games have come in the past 10 years as a first-person shooter. And I just think it's incredible.
Yeah. So we'll talk more about it next week, but Far, Far West, and we'll play it more. We've only played, like, how much have we played?
9
so
hours,
far?
maybe
6.8 hours.
6 hours. Oh,
and so like we've got some time to do it. We want to play it more, so we'll play it more and get a little further because we're still learning stuff. So we'll play it more, get a little further, and then we'll do a full review next week.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for us this week. Shout out to Raul, who is our only friend. Raul was our only friend here because we are recording on Thursday, so we're missing our normal Sunday night.
People aren't ready for this. They're not ready.
They weren't ready for it.
Sneak attack.
But if you guys have any video games for roguelikes, we want to hear them in the Discord. So hop onto our Discord and shout out there. All right, to play us out, we've got some music from Red Dead Redemption 2, The Train Heist, which I love.
We need some good Western music,
Gotta have it. Pew, 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 pew.
Mm-hmm.
You made it too quiet.
Good?
Yeah. All right. I'm JD, logging off.
And this Peterson going AFK.
Pew, 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 pew.
I have a plan.
Just trust me, I've got a plan.